truth. Really, that's all we know. Keep it real and authentic. This truth be told. Only the truth. Tune in, cause you gotta watch. It's like you with us while we kick it in the barbershop. Here to motivate and inspire. Hosted by the real deal and the God Barber. I hope that you ready. Keep it funny and edgy. Let's go. You already know. Truth be told. Let's go.
Really? Oh, we just gonna go. Okay, I guess we just gonna go. I thought we were gonna go to commercial, but we just gonna go. All right. So check this out, hey, Green. I got caught. Hey, that's what happened when you get caught off guard. You know what I'm saying? I thought on this paper. Maybe I'm wrong. It's just my fault, Green. Did I make the script up, Green?
The paper say you dead wrong.
Oh yeah, you're right. There you are. That's what the paper say. Hey,
black
Green.
Black and white.
Hey, listen, man. Hey, listen. Hey, we are so. Let me get it together, man.
Oh my God,
Let me get it together.
Oh boy.
Hey, we'd like to welcome you guys to TBT Truth Be Told. I'm your co-host, Real Deal, and my homeboy, the God Barber. We do have a special host today.
Yes,
we'll
sir.
get to him in just a second. But
Yes, sir.
but
man.
T Green, what's up going on, baby? How you doing, man?
I'm telling you, man. One thing I like about what we do, it's just authentic.
It's authentic.
Yeah, man. We ain't professional.
Yeah,
We ain't got nobody looking down our throat, making sure we say the right words and
yeah,
act a certain way.
yeah.
We ain't got no supervisor.
You ain't lying, Green. I ain't
Man,
gonna think about that,
Man,
man.
we free.
Man, bump that paper, man.
Man,
Even
we
though I
free.
did that, even though
Yeah,
I
man.
put it
Man,
together.
we really don't need no paper, man.
Yeah.
Man, we backyard, man. It's backyard conversation, man. Man, you know what I'm telling you, man, real. I was home today, and I was thinking about the show,
Mm-hmm.
thinking about stuff I had to do. You know, I didn't go to the weight room today.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of throw me off
Right.
because they had some other stuff going on.
Right.
So that's why I don't plan stuff, man. Because when you plan stuff and stuff don't go the way you plan it, it just mess your whole day up, man.
I got you.
So I don't plan stuff, man. I just do stuff spontaneously. So if it happen, it happen. If it don't, it don't. Man, that's just how I go, man.
Well, that's what it is.
I'm here, man.
Hey.
I don't even feel like we interviewing tonight, man. We just hanging out, man.
No, we just hanging.
We got some stuff we gonna talk about, man. We rolling, man.
What you say is the backyard?
Yeah, we backyard. I mean, ain't no ribs and chicken, ain't no baked beans and all that stuff, but
Hey, D-Ray,
ain't no beer.
can you cut us
Ain't no
loose right now?
sodas.
Cut us. Can we go to at least to what I thought was supposed to happen first?
I shouldn't say beer. Ain't no Czech sodas because I don't drink beer. But go ahead.
Right back, man. We'll be.
Boy, this the God Barber here, man. The God Barber, that's what they call me. They call me the God Barber. I guess because I'm old. I'm old barber in the game, so I be the God Barber. I don't care. I love it. I like the intro. I like all that what y'all call me. But listen, y'all keep following us, man, on Facebook, YouTube, man. Hit that subscribe button. I know last week I said subscription. I don't know why I said subscription, but I think it is subscription. But anyway, hit the subscribe button, man. Hit that bell. That thing go ring-a-ling-a-ling, baby. Hit the bell, baby. Keep following us, baby. We love the support. Let's do this.
Hey, Grieve. Not only do we want them to follow us, though, we also need you guys to make sure that you are tuning in on all the episodes. I mean, we got a lot of things going on, but we may have some business partners out there. We do have some advertisement spots, and we got this whole little brand new little packet, Green, that we got put together. Sponsors, advertisement, stars, whatever it is, Green, whatever you guys want to do to help TBT out, we have things for you. So make sure you go to our Facebook page, our YouTube, and if you want to sponsor or advertise on our site, we have that ready for you, Green. Hey, Green.
Yo.
Let's go ahead and get this show started, baby.
Man, let's get it started, baby.
All right. We back, Green. We back. Hey, check this out, Green.
Yeah.
Man, we in the backyard today.
Yep.
We not in the shop. We not hanging out. We in the backyard today.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, not only we in the backyard, but we in the backyard with another special host for today's conversation. You know what I'm saying? So So, Green, I don't know about you. Well, I do know about you. I know you played some ball.
Yeah.
You played some basketball and some football in high school, right?
Yeah.
You're a legend.
I ain't no Southeast legend. I'm my own legend.
There it is. There it is.
You know,
There it is.
because I ain't set no records at Southeast. I ain't make no All-State. I ain't do none of that, man. I'm a hood legend.
Hey.
I'm an Avondale. I'm a Rogers Project. I'm a Boys Club. I'm a 13 Ave. No, not the Dream Center. 13 Ave on the west side.
Right. Over there by
Yeah.
the concrete.
Yeah.
jungle. Okay.
I'm at East Braden Park. You know, not a legend at East Braden Park, but I played up there.
Well, Green, we got a Sarasota legend.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? We got a Sarasota legend in the house.
Yes, sir.
You know, I think he went to Sarasota High School, the Sailors. I think that's what it was. You know what I'm saying?
Sailors.
Played some good basketball when he was over there. Not only he played some good basketball at Sarasota, I heard he was a blue chipper too. Got a special invite while he was there. The blue chip camp. Also, I think that's something like all McDonald's, all American type camp.
Yeah.
You know, he played against a host of people that we named them right now. You know what I'm saying? You'll be surprised. And not only did he play with them, but he definitely held his own. Currently, the athletic director at Lincoln Middle School, also a graduate from FAMU University. Proud Rattler in the house.
Proud Rattler.
My boy, Troy Bellamy is in the house.
Big Troy, baby, big Troy. Hey, you know what? It wasn't on university back then. It was just what? FAMU?
It's still Florida A&M University. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
See, I'm just trying to get Troy crunk, man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get him crunk.
Yeah,
Boy, hey, I'm gonna tell you, Troy, his dad, Mr. Waite, and his family, but they FAMU die hard, boy.
Oh man, you gotta tell me.
To the bone,
Yeah,
boy.
yeah.
You hear me?
All the time.
What?
Don't miss it, huh?
They gonna go to all the classics.
Oh yeah.
But y'all go to homecoming too?
Homecoming, classic,
They
old
there.
Classics.
They there.
Oh yeah, we there.
Troy taking his dad too. Dad going, boy.
Oh,
Hey, Troy, before we get started, I want you to talk to me a little bit about some of the names you played in that camp, in that blue chip camp that you went to.
right,
What's some
well,
of the
you know,
names? Who's some of the names you played? Who were some of the guys you had to hold your own against?
man, there was a host of All-Americans there. Kenny Payne, Master P was there. Actually, he was a youngster. Jaren Jackson's dad, Jaren Jackson Sr., Tony Mack. Dwayne, it was Aubrey. Couple guys played Florida State. Dyron Nix, Tat Hunter, Aubrey Boyd. Shout out to those guys. B.J. Armstrong that played with the Chicago Bulls.
What they call BJ? What
BJ.
Curse nickname BJ
Yeah,
something, right?
Curse gave everybody a nickname. B.J. Armstrong was called the Babyface Killer.
The babyface
He
killer.
was
boy.
pudgy, but you think he wasn't quick, man. But he had handles out of this world.
Right.
BJ.
He had handles and he was quick.
Right.
And so that camp was full. That camp was full.
Now, did you really hold your own, Troy?
Oh yeah. I was in the top 30. When we left the camp.
And Troy was undersized. You was undersized, Troy.
Well, if you compare to some of the guys that were there at the camps, Kenny Payne was 6'9", playing the 2 guard.
Right.
He could flat out do it. He's at Louisville now. He's the head coach at Louisville. Tat Hunter 6'9", Dyron Nix 6'9", Derek Curse 6'7". Me and Art Larkins, we were the undersized guys. Art could jump out of the gym at 6'4".
Boy. Yes, sir.
And I was a 2 guard. I could just score. I could flat out score.
Yeah.
So we held our own. Rex Chapman, who played in the NBA, he was there. He tried to enter the dunk contest. He was in the dunk contest in the league, but at the camp he wasn't hitting no nothing.
He wasn't hitting on nothing.
You heard Troy. Matter of fact, Troy, since we in the backyard, man, loosen up your tie a little bit, man.
Yeah,
Loosen
man,
up your tie a little bit, Troy.
Troy.
We in the backyard, man. You know
Look,
what I'm
Troy,
saying?
you off the clock, baby, man. You ain't at Lincoln. You here with us. You hanging, man. Loosen up, man.
Yeah,
loosen
I'm
up.
loosen
Boy.
up.
Man, we
loosen up,
chilling
tell
tonight,
some
man.
Let me tell you why. You know what I'm saying? Why we chilling tonight, man. One thing about, when you have scheduled things, sometimes things go just all right. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to thank you, Troy, for coming on tonight, because we did have to make some adjustments, but I really feel good about what we about to do.
I thank you for considering me to be here, man. And like I said, since your beginning,
Yeah.
I've always been a supporter. So I love what you guys are doing. I participate in social media too, so this is a great thing.
All right.
Appreciate that,
So
Troy.
check this out. What we gonna do? Hey, Green, I don't know.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if y'all, Troy. I don't know if y'all been paying attention to what's been going on social media and the news outlets, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a couple of months ago, the NBA star, my boy, Ja, he got in some trouble. I heard that he brandished a weapon in the club, and he got suspended for a couple games actually. I believe 8 games maybe.
8 games.
Mm-hmm.
8 games he got suspended for. He said that he apologized. He took full responsibility for what happened. Also said that things like this will never happen again. He had to think about some of the decisions that he made, some of the people he hung around with. I think he also went into some type of counseling, I believe. So here we are today. We got some news that came out that my boy Ja is back in the news because he's in a car with his homeboy. Not only they having a good time in the car, but there's a weapon in Ja's hand, allegedly.
Oh, no, ain't no allegedly.
No allegedly, Troy?
Man, that man had a full gun in his hand.
Troy, come on, man.
I thought it was a joke. I thought it was maybe an old, somebody was antagonizing him and
Right.
still keeping up what was happening. Old.
Right, right.
I was like, I was just flabbergasted when I saw it. I was like, you can't be that silly.
You can't be, because who would have thought you would come right back behind what happened and do it again, right? So in this case, and I heard currently the team has kind of suspended him from the team.
From all activities.
All activities.
All team activities.
Until further investigation of what's going on. I just want to hear y'all thoughts, man. What's your thoughts about what Ja doing, Green?
Well, to be honest with you, when I first heard about it, or seen something about it, I thought it was just a rerun. I thought they was talking about some stuff he had already did, the old situation. Because I heard they say he had a gun.
Right.
I said, they just talking about the old stuff, not knowing just something new.
Right.
So, man, I'm gonna tell you, man. Well, one thing I can say, the era that we came up in, I'm 52, I'll be 53 next year. Troy in his early 50s. Matter of fact, Troy's birthday today anyway.
Yeah.
Reg in his mid 40s. It's a different era, man. The stuff that we thought was crazy back then, it's a style right now. And Ja, he letting the world know, hey, man, I don't care what y'all say, what y'all think, I'm going to be me. And it's okay, be you. But it's consequences behind the things that you're doing because you're a professional athlete.
Right.
So when you're a professional athlete, it's some things that you're not allowed to do. You can do whatever you want to do, but it's stipulation and it's certain degrees, man. These people, man, I don't want to say it, but I am going to say it. You're a property of the NBA. I don't want to make it seem like he a slave, but he's a property.
Well, he represents the team and the league.
Yeah.
And the money that's out there is greater than his personal, whatever he wants to do. You can't just say, I'm going to do what I want. You can.
Yeah.
But now you're going to limit yourself. And not only is he hurting the league potentially, he's hurting his family. I thought after he first went through this, right after that, he still had a commercial out there. He had his new shoe just came out. He had the Powerade commercial come out. I was like, okay, maybe they're trying to rehabilitate him. But now you do something like this, and now they can take all that from you. Not only does that affect you, now the organization has to make a decision. Do we keep this guy? Is this the guy we want to be the face of our franchise? Of course, the advertisers are going to take everything back. They're gonna cut him off. And they can get the money back that they gave him because he violated the performance and ethics rules that they have in all these contracts. So, a whole reason of going to the NBA is to help your family. If you're trying to help your boys or whatever and keep yourself, with some money in your pocket forever, you can't do it that way when you cut yourself off from millions and millions of dollars that can help come to you through your life and career. He's only 23 years old, 24 years old.
So do you think it's foul though, Troy? I mean, you think about it. I watch a lot of social media posts, and I get it's the NBA. I do. I get it if it's the NFL. I do. I get it if it's the NHL. I mean, is he not allowed to have a weapon? And the reason why I'm saying this is I think this is kind of different from the first time when he was just holding the gun in the camera on his social media platform. His homeboy in there just jockeying, moving around and dancing, whatever. He flashes the cell phone over there and catches Ja. And then quickly turned back after he realized that he may have caught Ja with the gun in his hand. So you don't think that's a difference, or he shouldn't be doing it at all?
Well, certainly he can have social media, but you got to be more cognizant of, and your friends around you got to be more aware of the image that you're trying to portray, because now it's not just we're having fun. This is part of your brand. This is who you are.
So is it about the portrayal?
Yeah. Well, go back to Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce was at a party, had a birthday party, smoking, having fun with girls, and next thing you know, somebody put the camera on. Paul Pierce is on ESPN. And he lamented about that the other day. He was like, man, I just was having a party, having a good time on social media. That's what people do. But that can happen to you. And again, if that's part of your brand, so he could take it one or two ways. He can say, okay, I messed up and I shouldn't do that, or we'll just whatever we do, we make sure no cameras around. Make people, a lot of these stars make people, you come to their house, you sign an NDA.
Right.
You sign some sort of contract, say no cameras, put your cameras over here or whatever. Yeah. Then you can party and do whatever you want to. But if you're just going to be out there on social media, you got to be aware of the images. Now, if he wanted to go direction and say, and go political and say, I'm a staunch supporter of the gun rights lobby. I'm gonna join the NRA.
Right.
Then that makes sense. Then you say, he's exercising his Second Amendment right to own and carry a gun and do all of that. But if the NBA already told you, man,
he already on probation.
This is the image that the NBA was trying to avoid even in the 80s. And that's why you get guys like Jordan, who were fairly squeaky clean until people found out he had a gambling thing. But then you get a LeBron. People love LeBron because he's stayed with his girlfriend from high school.
Yeah.
Got a family. He's never in trouble. The worst thing he does is go in the barbershop like we doing in the back out. He may say a few cuss words.
So is Ja, do you remind you of AI?
Well,
if you think about the image that AI had and kind of the troubles.
AI wasn't concerned about his image, though.
In some way. They in the same ballpark.
Okay.
But AI, he changed the culture of the NBA. Ja Morant ain't changing no culture, man. What he's doing, he's just, to me, we got to be real sensitive with this stuff, man, because I'm telling you, man.
Is it going?
That street life, I'm going to tell you, boy.
Is it going by? Go ahead.
Street cred.
Yes.
Is very powerful. I don't know what it is about street cred. I don't know what it is about just advertising street cred when you're a professional athlete. I don't know what it is, man, because everybody seems like they have to say something or do something to represent the streets. But I'm going to tell you right now, all right, if the NBA kicked Ja Morant out the league, do y'all think somebody on that street that he's trying to impress or whatever he's trying to do is going to give him $250 million? Somebody on that street going to give him a shoe deal?
No.
So why is the street cred so popular, man? Why everybody got to be like, what up, my dog? What up, bruh?
Right.
Bruh,
right.
What up? Why is that so popular, man? Why you just can't be an ordinary guy?
Well, I don't know if it's so much street cred as much a part of hip-hop, like you said, hip-hop culture. Allen Iverson really wasn't a thug. He didn't, but the hip hop culture, the fashion, the cornrow braids, the big clothes, the cars, partying all the time. That was the image that he wanted to portray. Now, Allen Iverson was just doing it because that's who he was. That's what he grew up around. He never had anything. So give a guy like that some money, he's going to continue to be himself and continue to do the things that he was doing. Nobody raised Allen Iverson and tried to curate his persona so he could be ready for the NBA. Ja's dad and Ja's family, they raised him to get ready to be a star in the NBA, to be a social media influencer, to be an advertising a juggernaut. And he's blowing it. He's blowing it because, again, that's not an image that is going to sell shoes. It's not an image that's going to keep him in the league for a long time. And that's really not the image of hip-hop, especially he's in Memphis. That's the murder capital of the world. You were? Yeah. I mean.
So let me say this.
First 48.
So you said, so what I heard you say is street cred could possibly have more value than $200 million is what I'm hearing you say.
But that
street cred can really have more value.
But that street cred is serious, boy.
So are you telling me that if Ja was to get kicked out of the NBA, right? Well, at least suspended. Let me go back. If Ja was suspended from the NBA for more than 8 games this time, right? Is he coming? Is it any chance the NBA would decide to just kick him out opposed to suspending him?
I don't think they're going to kick him out. Well, put it this way. I can't say what they're going to do. But that boy,
what do you think?
He is a talent.
Right.
And NBA can make money off his talent.
Okay.
But what these guys got to realize, he's not the only talent in the world. Oh, he can be replaced. This guy's waiting right now ready to get in that spotlight. So I think these guys, some of them think their talent is going to override everything they do. That's not necessarily true, man. You can be replaced, man. Don't never think you bigger than the league.
Okay.
They will blackball him in a minute and keep it rolling because there's another Ja Morant. There's another guy coming.
Yeah, man.
Case in point, remember, and here's the thing. The streets don't have no love for you, man. They'll rob him in a minute. Remember Lou Williams was in Philadelphia, and dude robbed him.
Right.
With no compunction, no hesitation, no remorse. If you go out there in the streets and think it's sweet, you're going to end up bad. Well, let me give you this other quick point. A couple guys. Steve Francis. Y'all remember the franchise Steve Francis? Yeah. I ran into Steve Francis at the Moon in Sarasota.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't tell him business, but the man he had that look.
Yeah.
You understand? So going from an NBA All-Star, face of the league, making money, to hanging out in bars in small towns, working for a living, these guys better realize that this thing does go fast. I got one other point. One of my kids that I coach, I think he's been blackballed by the league. He should be in the league. He's probably one of the most explosive scorers. This is a kid that averaged 40 in the G League. He was the MVP, and we all know he is. You're right from him. Yeah, and I love him to death, and I think he's way more talented. I told him that when I was coaching him in high school. He's way more talented than me, and I love me some me. He's way more talented. But Antonio, he may have gotten the blackball. There's no reason he should be playing in China. You can't tell me he's not better than 32 of the dudes that we're seeing coming off the bench playing now in the league.
Right.
But all it takes is for you to make a misstep, and then all of a sudden they start looking at you differently from an organizational standpoint because they don't want to have to deal with that. If you're Allen Iverson, you're dropping 25 a game, you're getting them to the finals, but the moment you stop being Allen Iverson, next thing you know, you trade to Denver, you trade to Memphis. Now, even Allen Iverson experienced that. And the only thing that saved Allen Iverson from being on the streets is he had a smart agent who put together a package deal from Reebok that a trust that he couldn't touch until he turned 50. With a couple $1 million in it, multi-millions.
Right.
He had blown his money.
So let me say this, because you're gonna always have two sides to something. You're gonna have some people that say, well, it ain't like he shoot the gun. He ain't shot a shot yet. Yeah. Right? But you're telling me he's getting suspended for 8 games and Now he's suspended again currently until further investigation. So we just suspended people because he got a gun?
I think it's the image. I mean, I think the NBA doesn't want that image of guys riding around with guns and then they got to explain if somebody happened to get shot. Remember the guy that played for the Nets a few years ago, accidentally shot the Uber driver, the cab driver.
Yeah.
He's gone. He's not out of the league.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the image is worth much more than an individual player. So if Ja doesn't learn his lesson this time, I mean, I just don't know what these GMs, they do all this background. Matter of fact, they follow. You look at the NBA and the NFL, they have guys that follow guys. They know if a guy's getting ready to get drafted or something happened in their past, and they decide from there, and it may be wrong, to judge a person, a kid, based on one incident, but it happens all the time.
And I'm glad he brought that up because I was gonna say something about that, man. It's like a double standard, man, because just like Troy say, before they draft you, man, they figure out who they draft. Man, I be thinking the NBA already know where some of these guys come from.
Yeah.
So they know the possibility of what these guys might do or how they might act.
Right.
You know, so then you got, it's so tricky, man, because you want that talent that come from the inner city because they come with a different mentality on that basketball court. You know, and that's the type of mentality that do win games. But it's the background that come with it now.
Right.
Now you might, NBA also see kids that are straightforward, they do what they're supposed to do and stuff like that. They are professional at a young age. To me, I don't think they want those guys all the time. They want those gritty guys.
Right.
But when you get those gritty guys, things like this happen.
Right.
You know, but Ja Morant, he just have to, I shouldn't say he have to realize because that boy old enough, man. We can't be acting like this boy is a child. The boy, what, 23? He know right from wrong.
Right.
And, you know, and I think he know exactly what he's doing. He just living his life and he living how he want to live. He just have to realize you have to be, he's a star.
Right.
You know, he's a star and he's up under the spotlight. They already told you, stay away from them guns. And, well, they're not really telling him stay away from the guns. Stay away from certain images that you put out.
Right.
You can act just like that, man, but don't do it on the camera. Do it home.
Right.
Do it home, man.
The double-edged
That's all
sword
they
of that, too.
saying.
Excuse me, not to interrupt, but the double-edged sword of that, too, is that, you know, it's haters out there.
Yeah.
They see you riding around with guns. They might want to test your gangsters,
Yeah.
see what you and your boys
Yeah.
are about.
Right.
Because they see you with the chains and all, they, you know, that's what these boys do.
Yeah.
They ride around,
Because,
snap
you know,
chains
that's a
and
good point. Because
rob people. They wait to catch a
it's some real street guys out there that really is about the streets. And they look at players like him who done made it out the streets but still want to be in the streets. Those type of guys want to test you.
Well,
I want to I'm going to get me a name for myself. I think, he want to be street?
Right.
We finna find out how street he is.
Well, just like Ja and anybody else, I think a lot of the issues may come with who he surrounds himself with.
Right.
And as long as you're surrounding yourself and you're not that strong, it's, to me, he's starting to seem as if he's not strong-minded, as if he's a follower, as if he feels like, I don't know, you got a lot of yes mans, but somebody in your camp, the boys that you're hanging around, either you got to remove yourself from them or why your homeboys not protecting you a little bit better.
Right.
Right? So not only is it, I mean, Ja makes his own decisions. He has to figure it out some type of way. But at the same time, man, I wish his homeboys would do a little bit better job in protecting him as well.
I agree. And I think that if you just don't look at the example of LeBron, I mean, just think about LeBron. This guy was bound to go to the NBA right out of high school. But they had a plan. Him, Rich Paul, all those guys. And you go to school, and I'll take care of that for you, and you take care of that. And then when we come back together, we Voltron and become a business. And that's what we're talking about. And we're going to talk about that later with my little business. That's what I'm talking about. You got everybody has to be strong in what they're doing. And then when we come back together, now Rich Paul is a movie mogul.
Yeah.
You know, he's dating Adele.
Yeah.
And they got, you know, they got movies and they got fashion. They got all kinds of things
Sports agency
going
and all
on
that.
that's going to continue to keep them money and keep them out of that
Right.
street life where they're doing other things, because you're not going to play ball always.
Yeah.
You're not going to play ball. And Ja, I don't think, sometimes, dad is living his best life. Every time you see his dad, he at courtside with a drink.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Somebody over there in his team got to be more sober and say, hey, listen, all right, great game tonight. Let's get out of here. Let's go talk about some other business. Because if you look at the great players, and this is why some of the great players criticize the young players, Isaiah Thomas, very successful, and why he never made nowhere near the kind of money these guys making in 1 year.
Right. Right.
Very successful in the wine business. Junior Bridgman owns a chain of McDonald's. Magic Johnson.
Yeah.
Magic Johnson lived his life wild, but in his mind, he was always saying, when I'm done, I want to be a business person. And he had to change his image and his persona
Right.
so that he could be prepared. Now, all of a sudden, he's part owner of the Dodgers. He's part owner of the Washington, I still call them, I ain't
Yeah,
call them
yeah,
Redskins, but
Yeah,
they
yeah,
the
yeah,
Washington Commanders.
Yeah.
And so you have to set yourself up beyond. You have to see the future. Unfortunately, this young group, social media, all they see is social media. Let's go party here. Let's fly right here from L.A. to New York in one day, and then we fly back, and then they see all the I'm known for big word, accoutrements of success. They don't know what it takes to maintain and to keep that success going, not only for themselves, but for their friends that surround them.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're going to shift gears, man.
Yeah, cause man, we'll talk about
Yeah,
it.
we talk about Ja a little bit.
Boy, one thing about it, boy, thug life ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
Boy, it ain't going nowhere, bro.
Hey. So what's going on in the NBA right now? We currently in the playoffs.
Lakers.
Right? We currently in the playoffs.
Go ahead and give them the trophy now.
I'm an Oklahoma City guy.
Okay,
Personally,
see?
you know what I'm saying? We scrappy. You know what I'm saying? We scrappy team.
Well, we became Oklahoma because Durant, all of them was there when they were young.
Oh no.
Well, you been an OKC fan, real?
Supersonic, baby.
Oh,
Come on, man.
Oh, yeah.
Come on,
Okay,
Nate
well,
McMillan.
yeah.
You know,
Seattle
do I
then.
do I
Okay.
really need to go back? I'm a
Okay,
true
you
fan.
See
Seattle.
how far you go back.
Oh, I'm a true fan. You know what I'm saying?
Can you go back to Gus Williams and Lonnie Shelton?
I can't go back
Jack
that far.
Sigma?
I can't go back that far now.
You messing with the big
Reggie
bell
Young.
of a walking
Reggie
horse
Young,
encyclopedia.
When I
baby.
came
Reggie
in,
Young,
I was
baby.
there to shrimp them. You know what I'm saying?
Reggie Young.
X-Man. You know what I'm saying? That's when I came in.
Hey.
So I'm a true. You know, I just
You do
kind of
remember Gary Payton was
transition
playing.
over there.
Gary
Yeah,
Payton.
all day.
You know what I'm saying? The rain, man.
But currently, we got the NBA going on. We got
Yes,
the playoffs,
sir.
Yeah.
and I'm shocked. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man.
Yeah.
I am very shocked with the turnaround that the Lakers have done up to this point.
Yeah.
Coming into the season with their roster starting off the way it was, to all these things and changes that they don't have, they have positioned themselves to play for the Western Conference title.
That's crazy, man.
Right?
That's crazy.
What do you think?
Well, I was shocked at the Lakers and Golden State because the way they started the season off, I ain't thinking neither one of them was going to
Yeah.
make it this far.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you who I picked before the playoffs. And the reason I picked these two teams is because I picked Denver to come out the West only because I didn't know what type of Anthony Davis we was going to have.
Right.
I'm a
Right.
Laker man. I didn't know if Anthony Davis going to be available
Right.
or he was not going to be available. So I say, you know what? I'm going to go with the Joker. I don't gamble or nothing, but
Right.
I went with the Joker because I felt like their team was more complete. And they got guys that's going to be there.
Right.
But when Anthony Davis is healthy, you see the results
Right.
of the Lakers.
Right.
So
You know-
are you saying the Lakers gonna beat the Nuggets?
If Anthony Davis is healthy. Yeah, but and the other guys coming along, man, LeBron is the key. We already know he the key. But them other guys looking good, man. But I'm going to tell y'all, boy, the Joker ain't nothing to play with. This boy don't even jump. He be averaging triple-double.
Well, you know what? I don't think LeBron is the key.
And I picked Boston, too, at the end.
Okay. I don't think LeBron's the key.
Huh?
I think you was right. I think Anthony Davis is the key. I think you got a lot of role guys that are playing
Yeah.
a role,
Yeah.
which you need,
Yeah.
right? Which is great.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It reminds me of Miami,
Yeah.
right?
Ooh, Jimmy
But
Butler, boy.
Anthony Davis
Yeah.
against the Joker got to show up.
Yeah.
Who got to show
He
up?
really does.
Anthony Davis? Unibrow?
Yeah.
He got to show up, right?
No question about it. These
Gotta
guys,
stay healthy, man.
the way they play the game now, all these big guys want to show off their game.
Mm-hmm.
But in playoff time, that's not what you need. You need to get them tough buckets. You need to rebound.
So you trying to say
you
Anthony
don't see
need to
him
be in the
shoot-
paint? He
He
need to
hadn't
be in the
shot
paint.
right. He hadn't shot no threes and trying to dribble between his legs and do all that. Man, that is not how playoff basketball is played. It's grown man basketball. It's grinded out time. And the closer you get down to the championship, that's what you get to. Now, Golden State was different because they try to get you in the dirty game. Shoot threes. Everybody shoot. The other night, they shot 53s.
Threes, man.
And shot 20% from the three-point line. That's going to lose you a game every time. They just weren't hot that night.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's also their strategy. That's the way they played.
Right.
And what happened was the other teams that had played them in the past tried to play that style. Well, they hit a three, we got to hit a three. No, you're not going to hit like they did.
Right.
You got to pound them until they give up them layups and them easy baskets and ones. You go to the line,
Right.
make it gritty and make it tough for them on the defensive end. But like you say, if Anthony Davis decides to go in there, and he gives Joker, historically, he gives Joker a lot of problems.
Mm-hmm.
If he can go in there and get on the boards, 20-20, that's all he has to average. He has the potential to go big, but all he needs to average is 20-20 to offset what Joker gonna do, because Joker gonna get you.
Let me ask you something, Troy. How is Joker unstoppable? Man, he won't even jump. Man, how they can't?
Old school basketball. You talk about your Seattle Supersonics.
Yeah.
Go back and look up a film of a guy named Jack Sikma. Played for Seattle Supersonics.
Mm-hmm.
Funny game. He used to kill Kareem. Head and shoulders up and down. All the big men that come from overseas, they usually go to his camp. That's where they learn all that slow to fast, up and down game, little junior hooks. And so, that's what you did. The name of the game, like my dad told me, the name of the game is put the ball in the hole.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It ain't shiggity shake, showing you all you move, step back. That's not basketball.
So, Troy, who's coming out the Western Conference?
The Lakers.
Are you saying that? Wait, hold on.
The Lakers got too much firepower if the guys remain confident.
Yeah.
With LeBron, AD, D'Angelo, Rudy Hachimura playing well. Lonnie Walker came out of nowhere.
Lonnie Walker, man.
Malik Beasley came from Denver. He got a burr in his sap about that.
Right.
So, the Lakers can play defense. They can pound them inside. The key is now, can they stop Murray? That's not just Joker. It's Murray and that Porter Jr.
Yeah, Porter Jr.
If he get hot, it's tough.
Yeah.
At 6'10",
But see, I didn't know they had Jeff Green and your
Jeff
boy
Green.
Caldwell Pope. Remember he played with the Lakers,
Kentavious
man.
Caldwell Pope.
I ain't know
he shot them out the other night. Ooh,
I ain't
he
know.
was hot.
So this is gonna be a good playoff, man.
This should be a good play.
But I got
my
Boston.
Lakers in 6.
I got Boston coming out the East.
You got Boston coming out the East.
Yeah.
Even
Though Michael Jordan's son played for the Heat, but yeah, I got Boston.
You believe that too?
Yeah, I got Boston coming out.
Okay, all right. So when you say Michael Jordan's son coming out of the Heat, I'm assuming you're talking about Jimmy Butler. All right. So we got Miami.
Yeah.
And we got Boston. So you telling me you got Lakers?
No,
you got to pick one. Don't tell me no if.
No,
Green.
no.
Don't
I told you.
Green. No if.
No, I told you.
Who's coming out?
the
West.
I got Denver because I got to stay with who I picked before the playoffs. I got Denver and Boston.
Okay. All right.
I still stick with the Lakers. I thought the Lakers, as they were constituted in the beginning, even with Westbrook, could have played a lot better. But now with these new pieces, and they all have accepted their roles, and LeBron is just tremendously smart on the floor, the Lakers still.
All right. So we got Miami and Boston on the other side in the East. So what do you think about that matchup?
I'm gonna mess around and go with the Heat because Boston has. I mean, Jason Tatum has to be hot, but again, he's another guy. The deeper you go in the playoffs, all them threes ain't gonna fall like that. You got to get you some tough baskets, some post-up baskets, some easy baskets, and he only plays from 3-point line to 3-point line. So, and Jaylen Brown may disappear one night, and you never see nothing from him.
So but it is a 7-game series.
Yeah.
So but I think Boston do got home court, right?
Boston has home court.
All right, so we got Boston with home court. You know what? I'm gonna go Denver.
I'm gonna go Denver.
I'm gonna go Denver. And I'm gonna go Boston. I'm gonna go Denver and Boston.
Yeah.
In the championship game. Lakers, for some reason, I think Denver is more gritty. I like gritty right now. I do like gritty. I like gritty. And for me, Boston, I really feel as if I feel the team is they're a young team and they're very talented. Yeah, they may slip 2 games, but I think they're gonna put it off with home court.
But you know, Boston and Miami, they done been tested already. They done been in this situation before. Both teams.
Both teams have.
Both teams, man. But I think Boston gonna do it. They're gonna do it for the coach, boy. What the coach name?
Udoka.
You Jaime Udoka?
Yeah.
The African.
They like
But they gonna do it for him.
The guy that's coaching now, Missoula. They like him.
Yeah. But they're gonna do it for him and Neil Long.
Yeah.
They're gonna do it for Neil.
Neil Long is not having anything to do with Udoka. I'm sure at this time. Let me just say this. Professional sports, and it's just my opinion, if you look at the things that happen in professional sports, it's becoming professional wrestling. You think they're not going to let the Lakers with this story and LeBron? You think that the league going to not let LeBron get to the finals?
Wait, Troy, you trying to tell me it's a script?
Did y'all watch the Super Bowl?
You know what?
Man, it's not scripted.
Did you watch the Super Bowl?
It's not scripted, Troy.
Who won the Super Bowl this year?
Real.
What you mean?
Kansas City won the Super Bowl, right?
Yep.
You don't think they're supposed to win Super Bowl?
What stadium did they play in?
Kansas City Stadium.
Arizona.
No.
In Arizona. What's the name of stadium? Arizona Stadium.
Arizona.
State Farm.
It's called State Farm Stadium. Who the biggest State Farm advertiser in the league?
Mahomes, baby.
He more
Mahomes,
popular than,
baby.
what's the man that they call him with the khakis?
That's Mahomes. That's State Farm, man.
It's State Farm.
Yeah.
Baby, hey, listen, man. I've been around this thing a long time.
Hey,
Well,
man.
Troy,
Y'all some theorists, man. Y'all
Troy-
looking too deep.
Troy
into this stuff.
sound like
That's
my
my
coworker,
Twitter.
man.
Conspiracy Bruh 5. Hit me up.
Hey, Troy, you sound like my coworker.
Oh,
Evan.
man.
Evan told me last year. He said, Green, the NBA is gonna be just like wrestling, entertaining.
Yeah.
And that's just what Troy just said, man.
Yeah.
And he also said, Green, they're gonna let LeBron win this 5th championship reign, and probably let him run in the sunset.
That's right.
Until his son.
You thought he wasn't going? You thought Steph was going to pass LeBron? No, sir.
So I want to see what's going to happen when that don't happen.
But you know what, Troy? On the other side, though, the Joker done won MVP back to back.
He should have won it this year.
They was talking about he should have won it this year. All right, over
He
Embiid.
played. That's right. He played almost all 82. Embiid may have played 60, 65.
So the Joker might feel some type of way.
He ain't. It ain't his league. I'm sorry. It ain't his league. So he lucky to get them.
Listen, you believe in that conspiracy stuff, Troy, like that? In the
No,
league?
I wouldn't necessarily. I wouldn't call it conspiracy. I just think it's called marketing. They know who they want to win. The reason why Dusty Rose ain't never win no championship
Was it Dusty Rose?
because Ric Flair was popular. He'd whoop on Ric Flair, and some kind of way Ric Flair would hit him in the throat,
And
and
it's
then
over.
Gordon Solie say, "We're going to commercial. This is over." You never saw Dusty Rose whoop Ric Flair.
What I did see Dusty Rhodes do
What? Like,
when he was bloody and bleeding, and Dusty come up off that canvas, boy. His Snow White hair turned all red like he was a red rooster. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
what
sir,
I
boy.
did see Dusty do, though.
that elbow,
You know what time it was,
Boy.
baby. You know what time
Hey,
it
man.
was. Hey, that's why I say I'm going with, because Dusty to me is like the Celtics.
Okay,
That and then even so, the hostile environment in the Garden.
Oh, the Garden has got to be a tough place.
Huh?
Hey, boy, Miami tough too. Boy, they get crunk in there too, not real.
Man, there's too many bikinis in there, man. Don't talk to me. They ain't tough. There's a lot of wannabes over there, boy. That Garden got some legends that don't play through that,
Leprechauns out
boy.
there,
There's some stuff, man.
But hey, I'm gonna tell you though, man. Like I say, I don't gamble or nothing. I pick Denver and Boston. You know, that's who I pick. But man, I'm telling you, boy, if LeBron wins this championship right here, boy, LeBron James, boy, his career, that boy lived up to all expectations from the age of whatever, 15, whatever.
Right.
You know, I know I want to go back to Ja Morant because I know people different. People live different. You know, Ja Morant came up with both his parents.
Right.
A lot of times people say if you got two parents in the household, your kid most likely gonna walk a straight path.
Right.
You know, LeBron, all I heard was just his mom.
Right.
You know, and I heard him and his mom. You know, I don't know if they had any, disadvantages, but LeBron was raised a little bit with another family.
Right.
Right.
But when he turned 18, the man came into $100 million at 18 years old, and we ain't heard nothing. We ain't seen a man in no club. We ain't seen a man throwing money in the air at the strip club. We ain't seen a man getting drunk. We ain't seen a man doing none of the stuff that the hood normally do.
Right.
LeBron's first conversation when he got his money, he went and bought him a Hummer. But his first conversation about money was with Warren Buffett, the richest man in the world who lived in Cleveland. So he went to him, hey, show me how to do what I need to do and help me invest. He got his investments probably worth more than the money he's making each year.
Oh, man.
At this point.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's been in the league 20 years in the stock market over time.
Yeah.
You know, of course, I was a stockbroker for 20 years, for 30 years still. The investments in the stock market during that time have grown
Yeah. Yeah.
exponentially.
Man,
So
this
he's
guy,
not,
man,
not hurt.
if he
So-
win, man,
smart.
boy,
So-
I'm happy, man. Hats off to him, man.
So let's do
boy here,
this.
boy.
Let's do this.
This boy legit.
So, who wins the NBA championship?
Denver.
Denver. Who wins the NBA championship?
Lakers.
Denver.
Ooh.
So let's do this. I'm going.
Basically, this is what it sounds like. It sounds like some DC comic thing, man, because LeBron is Batman
Yeah.
going against the Joker.
Going against the Joker. All
Boy,
right.
you going against the Joker, boy.
You're gonna see all kind of memes.
I don't know about
and
y'all,
everything. on
But a
social media.
Batman movie ain't good without the Joker, boy.
Hey,
Ain't good without the
Hey,
Joker,
hey,
boy.
Green.
I like that man with the mask on. That on what's his name?
Hey,
What you what?
In the Batman when he had the
You talking about Bane? You talking about Bane? You talking about Bane?
Hey man,
Hey, bro.
Lakers LeBron coming in like bang.
Hey, Troy. But look at the Joker though. The Joker had everybody helping him to rob the bank. Every time somebody helped him get to where he trying to get, he kill him.
Yeah.
And at the end, he get all the money and set the money on fire. Boy, the Joker don't kill, boy. The Joker don't kill, boy.
man, let me do this, man. Cause see, y'all finna keep going. We got to shift gears.
Okay,
all right, we got to shift
shift
gears.
gears. Go to
We
NBA
got
thing.
about
Come on,
3 minutes to talk about this, right?
God, dog.
So check this out. So Green, you mentioned something about Ja Morant coming from his family. You know the two-parent household. You talked about LeBron coming from just his mom. Well, prime time
Coach Prime
talked about how he recruits his players and got in a little trouble and got a little heat off of that. Mm-hmm. Not only he got a little heat off of that, he also got a little bit of heat when the roster was depleted. If I could say, right? And from my understanding, anywhere from 40 to 50 players that were
68.
Yeah,
68 players that left the team. Do we have a team?
That's a very good question.
See, Troy gonna keep it real. Troy gonna keep it real. Boy.
No,
gotta hear this. I gotta hear this.
Dion, I grew up playing with Dion in Fort Myers. My uncle, LaVon Sims, was his basketball coach at North Fort Myers. We came out in 85 together.
Mm-hmm.
We knew each other when we were in Tallahassee, and then when he came down and played some pro ball in the minor leagues down in Sarasota, we Dion's family down here.
Mm-hmm.
But this is much different than Jackson State. You could go, he couldn't do that at Jackson State, go in and just start dumping his roster. You know, he had to work with what he had when he got there.
Right.
And I get it. They have hired him. They gave him a whole bunch of money and told him to revamp everything. And he figures it's 1-11, ain't no ball players over here.
Mm-hmm.
And it might have been the case. Or maybe they had a young team. But you want kids that are going to play for you. Dion's trying to mix old school mindset of coaching of I need fast, strong, this, that. He's mixing that mindset with the mindset that these kids have is, where my NIL? Oh, your son got $3 million NIL with mine.
Right.
Oh, you just want us to be on your son's team and play with him and y'all. And so this is a different age of coaching. We have to talk to the kids a little bit differently.
Right.
You got to recruit a little bit differently. And here's the thing. He may get kids that will flip from Florida State and come to Colorado from Alabama or Georgia or anywhere else. Those kids weren't going to play at Alabama or Georgia anyway. Now, if he can get them to stay and coach them up, if they'll be patient and be coached up, then they'll be good. But the coaches don't play freshmen anymore. Right. That's why you go to the portal. I want to do 21 years old and got 2 baby mamas. He need to make it some money.
Right.
He need to play college football like he's trying to get to the league.
Right. Right.
So, what Deion's doing is going to be it won't happen this year. I don't see it happening because you can't dump your whole roster, be left with 18 scholarship players. You got a whole bunch of kids coming in from the transfer portal, signing in, who may have visited Colorado. When you go on your visit, everything is When you get there and it's snowing in October, and it's below 5. Now, the thing about Colorado, it's not a biting cold. It's not that wintry New York wet cold. Like,
Right.
You go outside, it's like, oh man, this is nice. It's -2 degrees. I can't believe it's -2. It's kind of dry. It's they got the high elevation, so the humidity is not there. But at the same time, you are in a town that is Boulder, Colorado is a college town. There's nothing else there but Boulder, Colorado University. That's it. The campus is almost like a little town almost.
Right.
So now you got to get the kids acclimated to that. It's a whole lot. And for him to be ready by the time they kick off in August against TCU, who just came out of the national championship.
That's going to be tough, boy.
So Green, is he bringing the luggage in? Is he going to be able to bring the luggage?
He said he's bringing the Louis.
Well, what he bringing in, he's bringing in excitement, all right, to the campus. He's bringing notoriety back to Colorado because people weren't really thinking about Colorado. They won one game.
Right.
I don't know how many games they won a few years back, but Colorado ain't been the same since Cordell Stewart and all those guys there.
Right.
So Deion bringing the excitement back to the school. A lot of hoopla, got the fans involved. He done sold out the spring game. Everybody excited because they want to win. And they feel like Deion is the answer. So the way he's approaching this situation is kind of like, you're getting rid of your whole team. Some people can say that the team might have been sorry. It might have just been bad coaching. He might have a good coaching staff, could have got that same team and coached them up a little different. But when Deion came to Colorado, I know if I'm a player and I'm a quarterback and a new coach come in and say, hey, look, my son's starting. So now that's telling me, well, it don't matter what I do.
No, meet your quarterback.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
It don't matter what I do. So why would I compete if I'm not gonna start? I have no room to start. If a coach come in, they're like, Rashard is a new Palmetto High School coach. I know I'm going from college to high school. He's a new coach at Palmetto High School. You already got kids there that have been at the program before Rashard get there. He got some seniors and juniors that's ready to play and ready to show what they can do. But if Rashard came in that program and say, hey, look, hey, man, I already got me an offensive line, I got me a D-line, and I got my quarterback. So if you play D-line or O-line, hey, that's going to take the fight.
Right.
That's could. Yeah. Or it'll take the fight, or it'll make you play harder. But then if you play harder and you still don't get the result, if the coach already say, Green, man, I don't care what you do, Green. This is my guy.
So what about the kid that he pretty much told, hey, you can't play here, and he has to enter the portal. The portal doesn't guarantee you a scholarship.
No.
Right? So you went from a scholarship player where your school was paid for to potentially, depending on if you can catch on to another Division I school, where you may have to start paying for your own school to finish up.
And I think that's what Deion was looking for. Like you said, I think Deion was looking for those guys who say, okay, ain't nobody taking my spot. Come on in. Bring what you want.
Mm-hmm.
This is my spot. He's looking for those kind of guys to stay. But as a coach, he's got to play. Some coaches like to play mind games. Yeah. I was reading something. I was watching one of those videos from Colorado, and guy messed up. Coach Deion yelled out, "Go clean out his locker." Guy went back in the locker room after practice. All his stuff boxed up, and then he jumped in the portal. Now he could have took that one or two ways. He could say, "Man, coach, let me sit down and talk to you, coach. I'm gonna work hard, coach. I got this. Man, don't get rid of me yet." Maybe Deion said, "All right, let's see what you got." Because the guy gonna bet on himself.
Yeah.
Or these, like you said, these are kids.
Yeah.
These kids don't understand that. Like you said, there's no guarantee. They tell you that even when you come there on scholarship. And it's a 1-year deal.
And on top of that, these kids in this era are sensitive now.
Sure.
They sensitive. They don't have that fight that we had back in the day. They don't have that. They don't have that, man, look here, man. I don't care who you bring, bro, we gonna battle it out. These kids now, if you tell them something, they get upset with the transfer portal stuff, man. Like, hey, man, coach already say who the quarterback is. Man, I ain't finna fight for this job. I'm out of here. Back in the days, man, we couldn't say we out of here, man. We was taught, man, we gonna fight, best man win.
Right.
But you can't, with these kids, this era, you can't tell a kid what he ain't gonna do and what you're not gonna do. They stay too sensitive. When Deion came in and said, "Hey, man, I got my Louis luggage right now," them guys, like, they was already they gave up right then. When he said, "Man, I ain't gonna even fight, man. I'm just gonna get in the train. I'm out of here."
That's what he was looking for. He was looking for the one that was ready to quit and was scared to go out there and fight. And that's, you can try and build your program that way. It's gonna take him a while. So it's a gamble for him as well, because they 1-11 last year. They might go 1-11 this year. That Pac-12 ain't no joke.
So Troy,
He talking about his son might be a Heisman candidate. He's the 8th ranked quarterback in the conference. They got the Heisman Trophy winner. They got Michael Penix. They got the boy from Utah coming back. The boy from UCLA coming back. They got all kind of Bo Nix for Oregon.
So what's your prediction, Troy? How many games?
I give him 2-9. Maybe.
You give him 2 games?
2 games. And I'm not saying that. That's because he doesn't know how to coach.
Yeah.
These things, when you build a roster, especially in college football, it has to grow organic. The reason why Colorado was good back in the days, they grew organically. They brought all those freshmen and those guys. They took their lumps. Yeah. And then by the time they were senior, you had Cordell Stewart. You had what's the running back? Eric Bieniemy. You had all those guys. Rashawn Salam. You had guys that had come up and they realized, wait a minute, it's just like old Miami, the Miami Hurricanes. Yeah. The reason why they could stack up, because every year a dude had to come in and earn his stripes. Warren Sapp came to Miami as a tight end. Wasn't playing. Had to earn them stripes. Right. He had to be out the rock.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but one thing I do like about Deion, man, to me, he made history in my mind.
Sure.
In my eyes. Because I don't know when the last time an HBCU coach got the opportunity to be a head coach at a Power 5 school.
Yeah. But he's not the typical HBCU coach. I mean, because
I know he came from one
because of who he is.
Yeah.
Because of who he is. None of these other HBCU coaches will get that type of opportunity.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? FAMU has a tremendous coach. Willie Simmons, know him personally, done a great job at FAMU. Only 2 games he's lost over a couple of years, North Carolina and Jackson State.
Yeah.
Coach,
you know what I'm saying?
What I fear with Deion Sanders is, will Deion Sanders be that new Popeye sandwich? Where when it first came out,
ooh, boy, that line was long.
Everybody wants you.
Boy, real, that's a good boy. That's a good analogy right there.
As long as it's been out, though, as it's been growing, it's been there, it's been, it's been in the building for a while.
That's good. That's real, boy.
Now all of a sudden, people know what you is and what you about.
Yeah. Now the line ain't long no more.
Now nobody ain't trying to get it.
Boy, that boy real, boy. You came up with something.
That's a great analogy.
So, so what do you think? Is he going to be successful at Colorado? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes.
Troy?
Only if they give him time. It's not going to happen this year. It's not going to happen next year.
All right. So check this out.
Real, but that's sweet right there.
If it does, then you got to put him as one of the greatest, coaches and organizers in the history of any level of coaching or corporations or business.
Okay.
Now they're giving him all the money and all the resources he need to be successful, but it's not the X's and O's, it's the Jimmys and the Joes.
Well, Troy, we got about 5 more minutes left of this interview, this portion, before we get into our next thing. I want you to tell us a little bit. We're going to switch gears, totally switch gears from sports.
Switch it, man. We backyard, boy.
But, I had a small conversation with you the other day, standing on the fence, and you were talking about something that you were getting yourself involved in. I believe it was called the Apexx Network.
Apexx Connections.
Apexx Connections. What exactly is Apexx Connections?
Well, Apexx the acronym stands for the African American Professional Exchange. And what we're trying to do is put together resources and professionals to be able to help support each other, to give you professional advice and support in terms of your accounting, licenses, insurance, and not only do that, but lead the way for the rest of the community so that we can build a network. Like I said, we come together like Voltron, and we're more powerful when we are together to protect some of the things that we have going on. We have so much talent in this area, so much talent in professional everything from insurance to hairdressers. We've got people that are running food trucks and restaurants, but nobody really knows about it. So it's network marketing, but it's also an opportunity for professionals to refer each other business. Right. We have a lot of people moving to this area, Paris and all over areas, and they don't know where to get a haircut. T Green. Hey, go down and see my man T Green, and the next thing you know, they become a customer for life. And that's where we're trying to be. My dad, as a matter of fact, played with a guy. They played together 50 years ago. When we went to my dad's MVP ceremony up in Wilmington, Delaware, he saw his friend. Guy says, "Hey man, I live down in Sarasota. I've been down there for 30 years." They didn't even know that they lived. So what happens is you lose that communication. Sometimes you have all the resources that you need right around you to be successful and to grow, to get partnerships with banks and other places that can give not only loans, but maybe even grants, or maybe even make contracts with the city government or the county government. That one of the things that we talked about, it was a grant for people to wash the buses, the city transit buses, $60,000. Nobody took it. So these are little things that we want to make sure that we have opportunity. We present opportunity not only for individuals but for groups, and that we can put this thing together and refer each other as business and grow and educate each other, not only as professionals but our individual communities and individuals themselves.
So who are you doing this with? Who is just you? Or is
I've come together with a number of great professionals, Xavier Bailey, Bernitha Copeland, Archie Mathis, who's over at Bank of Ozarks, Joe Dunn, who is at ABC7 in Sarasota. There are a number, Tracy Washington, who has her own recidivism program to help young ladies transition from, and young men transition from prison back into society. So we got a lot of great things that we're trying to do, not only professionally, but education-wise and government-wise, to help our people in this community. This is a great community. I'm from Sarasota, but my family comes from here. My grandmother was raised her family here. My dad went to school here at Lincoln. I'm Palmetto, I'm Manatee County and Sarasota as well. I have all these great influences. The first person I met coming here as a kid from Delaware was Coach Shannon. My dad wanted to tell me about Coach Shannon. Coach Hepburn. There's a number of people that help shape me, and I think there's so much talent in this area that we need to give back, protect each other as well.
So if somebody want to get information and interested with this, how they get it? How they get the information? Well, I mean, what you can bring some brochures to the shop.
I certainly will. I'll have some. Matter of fact, I have some cards. I have my cards out in the car. But Apexx Connections, Google that, and you can find myself and any of the people who I've mentioned on the board. We'll be doing a soft launch right around Juneteenth, so you look out for more information on that. And that way we can get right to it. There's a lot of great things getting ready to come down the pipe for Manatee County in general, in specific actually. And then we're going to move from there to continue to grow our network and move into perhaps Pinellas and Hillsborough County. We're going to partner with people down in Sarasota County. Again, there's some great opportunities for us to gather resources. This is what it's about. The game is about, like I heard Killer Mike, and if Killer Mike ever get to watch this, and I'm going to reach out to him, he said plot, plan, strategize, organize, mobilize, and move forward. Because that's what we got to do. That's what they're doing. Mm-hmm. And if you haven't noticed, you look at the wins that are going on around here, they're trying to bring back Mr. 45.
Yep.
And not for any reason of their own, but they, other than how it makes them feel, but that may have serious repercussions for us as a community.
But it sounds so. This sounds similar to the Manatee Chamber of Commerce. What make y'all different? Because it seems like it's the same thing. Ain't it?
We're not trying to compete. We'll try and find as much synergy as we can with the Manatee Chamber of Commerce. It does sound very much like any Chamber of Commerce, but we're going to be more proactive because now, Manatee Chamber of Commerce and other organizations there are kind of guided by their board. We have a board as well, but we want to build that network down so that everybody has a stake in making sure that we're doing things, that we're providing educational resources on how to get business insurance, how to file your taxes, how to do accounting, how to even do interviews, whether the owner is doing the interview or the person who is looking for the job, the potential employee. There are a lot of things that people don't realize they should do, especially as business owners. They put themselves in a situation where they may ask a person, well, how old are you? You can't ask that anymore.
Right.
So a lot of people don't know that.
Right.
And so it's just simple things. And again, what we want to do is grow organically. So that now we're putting our hands around millions of dollars in government grants to fix the frontage of a building, or maybe even do some things in the community to help with houses. We see a lot of houses that need roofs and landscaping and other things to help build up the value of their property. There's nothing wrong with that.
That's awesome.
That's good, man.
That sounds great, man. So
this is my first time hearing about it, so I was interested to see what
it was all
about.
We've talked about it, and we're just putting it together. But you will hear more in the next coming weeks about what we're doing and how we plan to help our community. It is a membership-driven venture, so what you will get many deliverables from your membership.
Okay.
Things like maybe a link on our website where you can click on and the person can see your commercial. Hi, I'm so-and-so, and this is what I do, and this is where I'm located, and this is what I'm offering. And just simple things like that.
That's good.
All right, that sounds great. That sounds really good, man. And I just want to say, just thank you, man. I had a great time. We about to close this thing out,
man.
but I had a great time, man. This is awesome, man. The backyard talk, you know what I'm saying? We got it in tonight.
Boy, Troy Bellamy, baby.
Hey, but before we
didn't get to talk about how great I was in Sarasota High, but that's all right. We'll get to it.
Look, him and his dad, man.
Yeah. Well, we gonna
be all night, man.
Yeah,
we Mr. Wait.
We may have another backyard talk, and we may have to tell you, hey, can you come and join us in the backyard? You know what I'm saying? So check this out. So check this out. We do have our segment called shout outs. We're going to do shout outs, right? So typically when we do shout outs, we just make sure that if it's anybody that you want to just announce for whatever reason or thank for whatever reason, this is your opportunity to do it. But Green, you're going to start us off, man.
I normally do this. Shout out my wife and kids. They already know I love them. But I'm going to give a special shout out to all the mothers again, man. I know we celebrate Mother's Day one day, but that's a celebration every day. If you got a mother, man, out there that you truly, truly love, truly, truly respect, happy Mother's Day again.
Yeah.
To all the mothers out there, man, doing their thing, man.
All right.
So that's me.
Well, I got a special shout out, man. You know, last week I shout out my oldest son. His birthday was on May 8th. Well, I went from the oldest to the youngest today. So it's Chandler's birthday today,
What?
May 15th. So it's 2 weeks in a row. I'm missing a happy birthday song to be with Truth Be Told. But
Man,
happy
happy
birthday to my
baby.
little son Chandler, man.
Little Chandler, baby.
He just turned 9, man.
Chandler,
And
9.
this weekend I want to give a huge shout out to our pal family because his team won the first place. He's so funny. Dad, I got a ring. You know what I'm saying? And we couldn't announce it to the brothers because they didn't go to the game. Them bums. They didn't go to the game. So he said, "Nah, Dad, I'm not gonna tell them until I get there so I can show them my ring." So they won first place, man.
Go ahead on,
so
man.
for the state championships for AAU, man. So a huge shout out to the PAL organization for doing a great job.
Good job.
Fourth grade team, Coach Sarah, and also Coach Jamal. You guys did an excellent job as well as the kids on the basketball team. So
That's good.
2 shout outs to those guys. All right, Bellamy, what's up, baby?
Hey, well, I got to definitely, before I do anything, shout out my mother and father. I'm thankful that I still have them here. Happy Mother's Day, Mommy. Happy Mother's Day to my beautiful wife, who's going to babysit our nephews and nieces up in Atlanta tonight.
Okay.
Happy Mother's Day to my daughter, who gave me my grandson last year, Mother's Day. He just turned 1 on May 8th, so that's my little guy, Ashton. And happy, I want to, again, reiterate Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. I want to give a special shout out to all my boys from Sarasota: John Jones, Herb Gaynor, Tim Johnson, Greg Pearson, Zola Williams, all of my guys, Derek Curtis, all my guys, Fred Gilmore, my Bay City Baller program family. Love you guys, and thank you. I wouldn't be the coach that I am today. And finally, thank you to my Lincoln staff and administration, which includes your lovely wife, who is my department head, and she is leading us in the right direction, man. The kids, 8th grade kids, testing math tomorrow, so make sure you guys get some sleep and be ready.
Yes. And just I want to just say happy birthday again to you.
Thank you.
For showing up on your birthday.
Yeah.
When I asked him, he said, "My birthday on Monday." I was like, "Oh man, I was just about to ask you to come on the show Monday." And he said, "You know what, man? Let me think. I'll be there. So man, I want to just say thank you again.
Thank you.
I thoroughly enjoyed this, Green. This was some good conversation.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
And it was so unique because it was spontaneous.
Yeah.
It was spontaneous.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get your best results, man, when you just free your mind.
Yeah.
And just have a good time, sit down and relax.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's what we did tonight, man.
Yeah.
Troy, I've been knowing Troy for a while now. So Troy, cool dude, man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. I love you guys too, man. Appreciate you.
So we're gonna close this thing out, but before we do that, I was gonna close it out, but before we do that, we're gonna do one truth and share real quick. We're gonna do one truth. This is our version of truth and dare.
Okay.
All right. So instead of us telling you to dare and do something like jump on the roof and then slide down with your pants off, we won't tell you to do that.
Now let's call the ambulance.
Yeah.
But
we will tell you to do our truth and share. So whatever that card you pick, go ahead and pick it, read it, and tell us what your answer is. But it has to be the truth though.
Ooh. Oh my Lord.
Oh.
What would you do if you were the opposite sex for a week? Y'all trying to get me fired.
Oh.
Well, what would you do? What would you do, Troy? What would you do? What would you do, Troy? You pick the card.
I got to hear this, boy. Good God about it.
Oh, Lord Jesus. I'll be in full prayer all night. Hey, ain't nothing in me want to be a woman at all. No disrespect to nobody that do. God bless you. Hey, boy. We're going to have a seance at that time, boy.
Well, with that being said, Green.
Hold up. Hey, you was sweating.
With that being said, Green, what do we always say, Green?
Hey, boy, look Yeah, boy. Hey. Well, that's a good one, though, boy. Good God. Hey, Troy, this is what I always say, Troy. You know, everybody can talk, but everybody don't tell the truth.
Always.
Troy, boy, you told the truth right
Let
now,
the truth
boy.
be told right
Troy
now,
say, boy, he need prayer.
And like my boy Troy said, that is truth be told.
Yes, sir.
Hey, we out, man.
We out, boy.
Thank you guys for joining
Yes,
us.
sir.
We'll see you guys next week.
Appreciate y'all.
Truth, really, that's all we know. Keep it real and authentic. This truth be told, only the truth. Tune in, cause you gotta watch. It's like you with us while we kick it in the barbershop. Here to motivate and inspire. Hosted by the real deal and the God Barber. I hope that you ready, keep it funny and edgy. Let's go. You already know. Truth be told, let's go.